Hey boys and girls, and welcome back to Lesson 5 of STEM for Term 2 2020. I'm so excited that you've jumped online and you're joining me and you're watching this video today. I hope you've had a great time completing our activities for our STEM unit this term, focusing on our design technologies and incorporating our science unit this term of living things. Over the last couple of weeks, we've been looking at a variety of living things and the needs they have. We've spent a couple of weeks talking generally, and we've spent some weeks focusing on a specific need that living things have. And this week we're going to be doing the same thing, and we're going to be doing another task where we are designing, using our design technology skills. Last week you were focusing on insects, so I'm happy for you to either choose to keep focusing on the insect you chose last week, or you can go back to the animal that you chose as your favourite animal all the way back in week 1. Whatever you would like to do. For today's task, we are going to be focusing on the need that a lot of people have been identifying in their work of a shelter. Animals live in the wild, and animals need to find shelter in order to survive different weather events, and also to have somewhere to house their young and their family, and also somewhere where they can escape from predators. Shelters have a huge range of benefits for an animal or for an insect. All living creatures need some sort of shelter to protect them. So we're going to be focusing on this because even when we remove a creature from its natural habitat and we keep it in an enclosure like at a zoo or a museum, we still like to design our shelters so that they have things in common or they mirror the ways that their natural habitats are set up. This is to ensure that the animal's needs or the insect's needs are still being met, and it's also to make sure that that living creature is comfortable and calm within that enclosure. So for your task today, you're going to need a piece of paper and a pencil, and you're going to be drawing out a floor plan, like a bird's eye view of a shelter or an enclosure for your chosen animal or insect. You're going to think about what would need to go inside that shelter or enclosure to make sure that they're able to access things that they need to survive. Think about if you were to take the tiger that we talked about a few weeks ago and put it into an enclosure in the zoo. We've already talked about how you would feed that, but what would the actual enclosure look like? What else would need to go inside there? What things would they need to access in order to survive? And what things would they need to access in order to be enriched or entertained while they're in there? Because we need to make sure that they're having an enjoyable experience and things are keeping them busy. So you're going to draw out the diagram of your enclosure, your floor plan, on the piece of paper, labeling the different things that will go inside it. Once you've finished that, on the back of the piece of paper, you're going to write a list again of any recycled materials that you could use from home in order to build your enclosure, because you're going to be doing that next week. Obviously, like with our previous model, your enclosure might not be to size. You don't need to build one the entire size of your house to house a tiger. You're just going to build a small model that will show both you and myself what you think would need to go into its enclosure so that it's able to thrive and survive. Once you've written down those things, make sure again you're keeping an eye on what rubbish is going through your house this week, what things potentially could be thrown out, and what things you could be using around the house to recycle and reuse. Okay, once you've done that, if you're able to take a picture and either email it to me or upload it to the OneNote, I would love to see it. Otherwise, make sure you're keeping your diagram safe so that you have it not only for next week's lesson, but that you can also share a copy with me when you're back at school soon. I can't wait to see all of your designs and see also what living creature you've chosen to design them for when you're back. Thank you so much for participating, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.